So you're aiming for that A-star in IGCSE Maths? Well, you've come to the right place. We are about to break down the complete strategy to help you lock in that top grade. Let's get right into it.
You know, it's the big question, isn't it? Getting a perfect 100% seems, well, almost impossible. But what if I told you it's not just possible, but that there's a clear, repeatable strategy to get there?
And hey, this isn't just some random theory. We're looking at the actual playbook from a world topper in IGCSE Maths, a student who literally scored a perfect 100%. So let's walk through their exact step-by-step approach.
Okay, first things first. Success in that exam hall, it actually begins way before you ever sit down in that chair. It starts with how you learn the subject in the first place. This right here is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about.
The absolute most important principle is something called conceptual understanding. Look, it's not about just memorizing the steps to solve a problem. It's about digging a little deeper and really getting why a formula or a method actually works. This is the secret to tackling those tricky, weird-looking questions that the exam might throw at you.
This slide shows the difference perfectly. Just memorizing steps is like a really fragile bridge. The second you face a problem you've never seen before, it just collapses. But when you truly understand the concepts, that's a solid path. It gives you the flexibility to connect ideas from different topics and actually build a solution from scratch. And that is exactly where those top marks are hiding.
Okay, so once you have that strong foundation in place, let's move to phase 2 and see how we build on it. It's time to power up your revision. This is where you turn all that good understanding into real exam performance.
Smart revision really boils down to 3 key habits. First, you have to always practice under timed conditions. You've got to get used to that pressure. Second, become a master of your calculator. Seriously, learn all its shortcuts for things like solving equations. It will save you so much critical time. And finally, you have to be ruthless about identifying your weak spots. When a topic trips you up, don't just skip it. Write it down, go back to the theory, and practice it until it's not a weakness anymore. Now, this might sound like a pretty strange thing to say, but trust me, it's actually the key to a brilliant revision technique. See, the source points out that exam papers tend to just recycle the same types of questions over and over again, year after year. They just change the numbers, and you can totally use this to your advantage.
Here's the strategy. Create a question-type notebook. This can be a real book or just a simple spreadsheet, whatever works for you. Every single time a question makes you think in a new way, you log it. You just note down the question type and a quick summary of the method. This thing becomes your personalized guide to every possible problem style, and it will save you a ridiculous amount of time during your final revision.
All right, you've built the foundation and you've powered up your revision. Now for the final part, a battle plan for exam day itself. This is about pure, smart strategy. This is called the 2-pass approach, and it is an absolute game changer. On your first pass through the paper, your mission is simple. Solve only the questions you know how to do instantly. If you hesitate even for a second, you skip it and move on. Then you go back for your second pass. Now you can focus all your brain power on the harder problems, knowing you've already banked all the easy marks. It's a huge confidence booster.
And the logic here is super simple. Your goal is to get the highest score possible. One question that's fully solved is always going to be worth more than a bunch of half-finished answers. So focus on getting those complete, correct answers in the bag first. Before you even start writing an answer, there is one super simple question you should always ask yourself. It's a tiny habit that tells you so much about what the examiner is actually looking for.
The number of marks a question is worth. It's a roadmap. If you see it's only 1 or 2 marks, that means the solution should be direct and simple. If your method is getting all complicated, stop. You've probably missed an easier way. But if you see 5 or 6 marks, that's a giant flashing sign telling you to prepare for a multi-step process. A complex method here is probably exactly what the examiner wants to see.
So, the ultimate takeaway is this. Getting an A-star isn't just for people who are naturally good at math. As the slide says, it's earned through smart strategy and consistent hard work. If you apply these techniques for learning, for revision, and for the exam itself, this goal is absolutely within your reach.
We really hope this guide helps you on your path to that A-star. This explainer was brought to you by Fundoo Tutor, a personalized learning platform that helps students succeed in Cambridge, IB, and other international curriculums with expert mentorship, structured learning support, and engaging resources.